So today I am doing another book review, and it is Skip Beat Volume 3. I know this has got volumes 1 through 3, but I've already done the book reviews for 1 and 2, so if you want to watch those, definitely go look in my description bar. No, not my description bar. Go look at my page, and I'll have them listed in my uploads and possibly in their own playlist. This one is on book 3. I was having a difficult time getting just volume 3 from my library, so I was like, fine, I'll just check out the big one, the collective volume. Now, the writer, has put in little side excerpts on certain pages saying that she has redrawn some pages, so I'm kind of curious to go back and not really reread it, but have the two and compare the pictures and see the differences between the single volume and the collective volume. So in this particular one, 12, here we go. So, volume 3 starts here with Maria, and so this is continuing of her influencing a known actress who happens to be a princess and spoiled and thinks because she's beautiful that she can basically get whatever she wants. And Kyoko says, no, you're doing a job, you're here to do your best, and if you're not going to do it, somebody else will. Let me show you. And she gets her first taste of getting an actor to react to her acting, and it's kind of like the tipping point of this for Kyoko. You also start seeing sparks fly between her and Ren, and I really enjoy that. I think it's endearing to see, a guy who's so focused on his career kind of get distracted, but at the same time he's like, no, I must maintain a professional boundary, I must maintain that level of distance, and I'm really warming up to Kyoko. She's whiny too, like Sailor Moon, but at the same time her internal feelings, like getting in to delve into what she's really feeling, like she's an oddball, I'll give her that. But I have to say, I have felt every one of the feelings that Kyoko feels, the self-doubt, the worry, the self-deprecation, I'm not good enough, I've never lived for, I take that back, I've never lived for a man, I should say. I have lived for another person, but she never betrayed me like Kyoko's friend did to her. I love the flamboyant LME president. I'm actually liking the interaction between her and the other Love Me section member, Moko, as she calls her. Even though they still really hate each other in Volume 3. And Kyoko tries really hard to get Moko to love her. I love that. I really do. I love how she's so, not really desperate. I mean, she is desperate, but she's just so endearing. Part of me wants to jump in the book and be like, I love you, Kyoko. Love me too, please. I'll be your best friend and we can go strolling and eat ice cream together and go shopping and all that other stuff. I also love how Maria, who is really hurting as a child, attacks Kyoko and says, you know nothing about me, and I have reasons to be angry, and adults, they lie and they leave you, and throws a hissy fit. And Kyoko's like, Okay. Big deal. Put your big girl panties on and deal with it. But at the same time, are you doing everything you can to keep in communication with the father who you think abandoned you after you quote-unquote killed your mother? And all of that gets in this series too, or in this volume. And eventually, Maria has so much respect for Kyoko, and Kyoko was able to get Maria to come to terms with it, because Maria comes into the acting school and just destroys it because she has identified with the story and made it her own personal battle. And as a result, she's attacking all the actors and actresses. Well, Kyoko flips lines on Maria, and Maria's still, they're following line for line, but they've kind of like flipped places, and Kyoko's like, it is your fault. You're the reason Mother died. And Maria's just like, but Daddy loves me. And so in the end, Kyoko has found another companion, and Maria ends up calling her a big sis. And Maria really looks up to her. They both have, Maria's a little bit more aggressive and scary. She's that 6-year-old little doll, and you're just like, oh, you're so cute. And she's like, I want to murder you in your sleep. And you're just like, okay, child, okay. Here, have that cupcake before dinner. Just let me wake up in the morning, please. That's how I feel about Maria. Honestly. I'm really happy with this series. It is difficult to read, and it jumps around so much. Even if all I read was Skip Beat, it's not, by the way, I'm reading like 4 other mangas, it would probably take me 7 or 8 volumes of steady reading for me to finally catch on to the flow and just very naturally read it. So that's a bit awkward, is following the reading bubbles, because she also has slivers. They're just like epiphanies on that page, is what I can really think of them as. But it does make it very interesting at the same time. You do have to reread. I've had to reread pages several times. This one did take me a while to read. I don't know, not volume 3. The other ones, though, have taken me a while to read. I got this at my local library, like I have all of my previous manga. I do recommend reading it if you want something that's a little different than the occult or traditional manga of demons and ninjas and scary monsters. This is, still very human. You have a lot of human emotions and a lot of human interactions that people can really personally identify with. And even though the theme does take place in show business, I feel like you can still identify with the characters and the situations themselves to a degree. So I would recommend going and checking this out, and let me know what you think. Till next time, guys. Bye.